Buffalo Bills, we finally have a game to talk about. The line is 6.5. The Bills favorite at home over the Steelers.
Yeah, 6.5, that's a lot of points. I mean, look, the Steelers, everyone makes fun of what happened with the Steelers. They won, 11 games last season? They were undefeated up until, week 14 last season? You had some injuries when the Bills met them the first time, and, the wheels fall off. Pittsburgh's a good team, right? And this is the first time in a couple of seasons that the Bills have a formidable opponent coming out of the offseason. You played the Jets a couple of times opening day. Just write that down as a W every time they show up. So there's two parts of me here. The football analyst hat part of me tells me that this is going to be no problem for the Buffalo Bills. The offense is better than it was last year. You remove Brown, you add Emmanuel Sanders, so that should be fine. The defense is going to be better than it was last year with Star Lotulelei back. Your defensive linemen, the depth you have there is insane with draft picks, first, second, third round draft picks from the last two seasons across the board. The Bills fan in me is still not used to what we have going on here. And I could, I always look for worst case scenario. And worst case scenario would be Josh Allen and MVP conversation. The Bills are being picked to go and win the Super Bowl. This team is unstoppable, high flying. And opening day, you come out and lose to a veteran quarterback in Ben Roethlisberger who's lost 30 pounds. By the way to wait until now to go to the gym, Big Ben. Football me says Bills are fine. Fan me is horrified for this game.
Which Duffy are you?
Well, I'm the other way, because the first thing I thought of was they have everything. The offense, the defense, the Bills are set. There's nothing really to talk bad about when it comes to the Buffalo Bills. What concerns me is Mike Tomlin and that team. And the Pittsburgh Steelers played very tough. They played very strong. They played very good early on in the season. And I thought to myself, I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to bet against Tomlin. I think he's a great coach. I don't want to bet against Big Ben. They find a way to grade out games. But then I thought to myself, that game's in Buffalo. That game is going to be a different environment than last year. That means the fans there are going to add another element to this game. I think this will be a hard-fought game. That's a lot of points, but I still think Buffalo is going to win the game. And I just believe they've got more offense and better defense than last year.
Cover the 6?
Yes.
All right. I agree. I think Buffalo's a 13.5 point better. I don't think Pittsburgh can finish better than third in their own division. I think they're overrated because they are the Steelers, and that still, represents something. And another factor is that, and you brought it, there's going to be a crowd, and they didn't have crowds last year. And I felt, as much as you hate to make anything out of a preseason game, that the energy in that stadium was palpable for the last preseason game, and that Buffalo, with everything that they have going for them and a crowd behind them, can't miss this week.
I would like to point out my one irrational fear that I have about the crowd, because you're right. I'm going to be in that stadium, and it's going to be rocking and bananas. Because it's the first time fans are seeing him since the AFC Championship game. Josh Allen's most successful season, and he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion and had problems overthrowing receivers. His best season with no crowd, no fans in the stands. Does that crowd jack him up too much? Look, it's now on tape. I put it out there. So if it happens, I could be like, see, that's my irrational fear. I know it's irrational. There's my irrational fear for the day. There you go. You're welcome.
Why do you do this to yourself? Why do you put yourself in a situation where you're telling me no audience is better than the audience that's backing him in his own stadium?
Yeah, but you get all excited, right? Like, I got Bill's backing me right now. I'm all juiced up. I can tell that he believes what I'm saying. He's into it. See, and I just overthrew you.
You are out-talking yourself out of a win the first week out with Super Bowl aspirations.
That's from a guy who picked the Jets last year, by the way.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you so much.
And almost got it right.
Brilliant football me, they're fine. Bills fan me, I'm locking myself in a bunker, and I'm not coming out until February.
Do they cover? 6.5.
The Steelers, you're right. I think they're overrated. Game to game, they're not. I think the Bills win. I don't think they do it by 6.5.
All right. 2 covers and 1 no.